Definitely a sports car. Definitely. I know. You're tired of van videos. But guess what? New project. What'd we get? Well, you tell me. It's mid-engine. It's rear-wheel drive. It's supercharged. The engineers were tasked with fitting an engine where it simply wouldn't fit. So they laid it on a 70-degree angle in order to fit in the tight constraints that were placed upon them when designing this vehicle. Sounds pretty trick, right? The handbrake, well, it's between the driver and the door. Like a Lotus, or a Porsche, or a Jaguar. What could it possibly be? Ha! 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 Yep. Another minivan. I know. We're just too cool. The problem here is this one, well, it runs pretty good. In fact, I've got like 300 miles driving it in the last week or so. Why did I buy it? Well, why do you ask? Anywho, I've always wanted a Previa. Having one now, gotta say, definitely a valid want. This thing has been fantastic. So, why'd I buy it? Well, I don't know. My friend posted it for an absurdly low price. $666.69. Meme. And, well, he took me up on saying I would buy it for that price. It is an LESC, so definitely doesn't have all of the options, but most of the options you could get in 1994, as well as the Supercharger. Huh. She's not fast. Not at all. Got some really cool stickers. Yep. Some of these are made by the previous owner. And, well, she's got a couple of these speed dents for stability. It is overall shaped like a golf ball. And, well, we got the dimples for high-speed stability. And you can tell this thing, whew, steady cruising. She's got the S14 SE Nissan 240SX wheels. And, well, hasn't been washed in God knows how long. So, can't see out the windows. And, well, the whole thing is windows. And, couldn't even tell you what color it is. Thought it was champagne. It's bluish. Inside, we've got a ding-ding-dinger. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. So, that's my trash. That's the parking brake. It's real nice for when you're getting in there. That thing wants to go places. Interior is pretty decent condition-wise for a 94 with 233,751 miles on it. Cup holders. Thing. Carpet is, well, it's filthy. And the dash, it's massive. Horn works. So, no tack. Factory head unit with cassette, as well as Bluetooth head unit. It works. Speakers, they're old. No sunroofs. These things, I think, had dual sunroof or something funny like that on the ones that were optioned for it. The rear heat blower, I haven't had any heat blow out of it just yet, so that might need some addressing. And, well, oh! Neat. Yeah, hurt. Couple things. Dent, door, kind of hard to open. And beyond that, once it's open, I don't know what's supposed to keep it from cutting your arm off, but whatever it is, it's not there anymore. Got the nifty little captain seats. You can, how cool. spin them around. Well, sit backwards. So we can sit back here and wave to the people we're smoking going down the highway. This window opens. Huh. Nifty. So, as you can see, carpet back here, it's ooky. Back bench. This bad boy will hold an entire 4x8 sheet of plywood. Try that in your F-150 Platinum. Oh! Once again, it's not that bad. It's kind of icky, but overall, in decent shape. Came with these saws. Yeah, might need to see if he wanted those. I don't think those were supposed to be in here. That's the prop rod. That thing's missing up front. Glad I found it. So, minivan. Yeah, I don't know. Came with this box of Rocks Auto Parts. It's a distributor cap, rotor, spark plug wires, spark plugs, and just the rubber insert for the wiper blades. So, what do you think of my new hot rod? Gotta say, it is practical. It seems to sip fuel. However, being that it's supercharged, I'm not sure if it's supposed to run premium. I ran premium on the first tank. Cost me $70 to fill up, which is a bit much. And, well, I just topped it off with, what's the middle grade? Yesterday? 2 days ago. And I gotta say, it's got a check engine light, but it seems to be sipping on the gas. As far as that check engine light goes, this is a 94, so it's OBD1. So we'll have to do the little jumper wire into the diagnostic port, see what it flashies at us on the column. I did, however, go underneath and notice that the upstream O2 sensor was melted off on the exhaust, so got a brand new one of those from the junkyard. We'll see if that fixes it. I guess we'll try to pull the codes first. Anyway, I don't know what the plans are with this thing. I really need to sell it, make some money, because I am. But beyond that, it's been so nice to drive. It's going to be a real shame to sell it. So, slam it, coilovers, sick wheels. Maybe we'll even wash this mildew off the paint. Clean the headlights. Send her on her way. This thing seems to be a good little unit. It's got a bit of a mystery sound. It's not a knock, but it's a something. Oh, what a hot rod. So, under the hood, we've got a mess. So, it's got this. Let's go see if we got that prop rod. See if that works. You know, that'd be kind of nice, huh? Don't think that's the way that goes, but it'll work. So, this unit, it's got the supercharger, so it's a mass airflow sensor. It's got a little intercooler down here, and well, these fun little doodads and bypasses for the supercharger. And it turns out, if this was a non-supercharged model, the battery would be right here. But since I don't know, battery's over here. We got this coolant thingy and the oil and the ABS, and basically you can't touch nothing in there. And guess what? All the accessories, well, they're right there. Well, duh. They're under the hood, right here at the front, except, well, the engine. The engine's right here. So how are the accessories up there? Pray tell. Well, this thing uses like a PTO drive shaft. Goes from the motor back here to an accessory drive unit doodad up here. And that's where the supercharger, the alternator, I have no idea where the water pump's at on this thing. I assume it's on the motor and maybe turned by the timing belt chain. Anywho, but all your accessories are up here. And well, I believe our noise is the PTO drive shaft, accessory drive shaft, driver doodad. Has guibos on both ends, and they are shot. They're notorious for going out on these things, I've noticed, I assume, because, well, real easy to find those guibos. Not easy to find out what they're called, though. Anywho, so, already ordered those proactively. These were actually brand new, so we'll have to do that. And, that looks like a real not fun job. But, anywho, there it is. It's the newest edition sports car, if you will. Drifts pretty good. Yeah. Can't you just see it? Just squish down on some snazzy wheels. Race car. SADS. Supplemental accessory drive system or something. I don't know. It's that PTO drive. So we're gonna go ahead and replace that doodad today. They ordered this a little funny here, and I don't remember paying attention when I ordered it, but I got lucky. So it says 94 to 97. The update to the bigger ones was specifically because the supercharged model came out in 94. But here it says pre-94. So when I saw that, when this thing got here, I was like, argh. But, alas, 3 lines down, 94 to 97. Should be what we want. So, we're going to do the SADS drive shaft. I don't know. Maybe I called it the wrong thing, but it's called SADS because no one wants to do it and it makes you sad. But, we're going to knock those out today. I think first we're going to go ahead and do a jumper wire in the diagnostic port and see what the check engine light's about. And assume that it's going to be the O2 sensor that I've already acquired. And we'll do that. Tell ya, one notable difference between the Toyota van, the TV, and the Previe is that under the driver's seat in the TV, tons of engine access. The Previa, however, it's got like a tiny little trapdoor where you can see some engine. But in order to actually access the engine in the Previa, got to unbolt the passenger seat, throw it away, move the carpet, and lift the access panel over there. So not nearly as serviceable as the TV, but super reliable, so you just never got to touch it. Anywho, under our driver's seat, we've got our diagnostic plug here. And look at that, somebody's even stashed already in here. Love that. A jumper wire. It's the like E1 and T1 terminals that you jumper. Boop. Something we'll verify before we just put wires in random places. And then you should turn on the vehicle to, on, but not running. And our check engine light should flash a light sequence, like a laser light show. Tell us what's wrong. Real pain in the butt. But. So we'll knock that out real quick. All right, so in our cap, you can see very, very tiny little letters. There's a E1 and TE1. We've jumpered those fellers here. Yep. And we're gonna, well, the keys aren't here, but I guess I'll get the keys. And then we'll check for our flashy code. OBD is cool and all. OBD1 sucks in like every vehicle. A little notepad here. It's my SADS box. All right. Oil light flash, no problems there. Yeah. on, little check engine light feller. Let's start flashing. I ain't got all day. Come on. Hello? We've done something wrong. I don't know what we've done wrong, but the check light is not flashing. And I thought the overdrive light was supposed to do something to tell me that I didn't have problems there. But, you know, okay. T1, TE1, jumper-umper. All right. Yep. Try accessory. Nope. On. New plan. I don't know. I don't know if something's up with the old vehicle here or if I did something wrong. I got no check engine light flash sequence telling me any codes. So, new plan. We got the cover off. We're going to go ahead and pull the EFI fuse. It's a 15 amp fuse. And then while that's off, might even disconnect the battery. But we'll go ahead and go under here. We'll do this O2 sensor because I know that's an issue for sure. The exhaust, the wiring melted off on the exhaust. It's definitely been shorted out. So, we'll do that while all this is all disconnected, and that should clear any codes. And then once we get it back together, if the check engine light comes back on, we know we'll have another issue and we'll have to search that out. So, not the way I'd like to go about this, but I am not getting a flash sequence to tell me what I did wrong. So, we'll do this instead. All right, got our new O2 sensor. Swapperoonied in here. Zippied up where it shouldn't make contact. This is actually where the old O2 sensor wire had shorted out on the exhaust. Let's look at that. Oh, SADS system here real quick while we got it up. I guess we'll go ahead and start on that. So, this here is our SADS drive shaft. As you can see, that's a lot more movement than you should have there. That's one of our knocking noises. And up here, boy, this looks delightful to get to that one, especially with the supercharger here. But reckon we'll blast off some of these little bracketries. And man, I really hope I can just knock this out quick and easy like, because I'm not that committed to doing this right now. But SADS, we'll do it. Gotta do it at some point. All right, so here's where we're at. I've got the rear bolts out. Something I rarely do, but I went ahead and marked the drive shaft for alignment to the crank pulley, as well as up here. Went ahead and pulled this bracket and this bracket off. Looks like I'll be able to get to the back sides of these bolts from here and put a 12 up in here, because for whatever reason, the crank pulley is threaded. Just easy. Bolts thread right in. Up here though, they're through bolts with a nut on the backside. So, oh joy. Anywho, in theory, we'll knock this out pretty quick. What a sad system. Sure would be easier if this bracket would come out, but there's one bolt up there that is behind the supercharger outlet. And if this was not a supercharged model, I'm sure I could have just pulled that right out, no problem. However, we've got the supercharger, so that was kind of a pain. So I had to take the front SADS guibo off up here in there and drop it down. Condition bad, very. The rest, I was able to slide the rear of the drive shaft up this way. Go ahead and drop it out. We'll clean this up, change those out from under this darn thing. Talk about confusion. I'm sitting here looking at these and I'm like, so how could this possibly go over those? Well, they press in to the end of the drivey shaft, and if you just kind of give them the old tap-a-roo, they just come right out. So, boy, I was shooketh. But it makes sense again. So here we go. Woof. In recent memory, this is by far and away the hardest thing I've done in a long time. So I probably made it harder on myself. Although, 233,000 miles, this thing's probably got a lot of jiggly wiggles in the rubber mounts. So by design, there's a stud that this front guibo needs to go on to, and it's hard to get keyed into the crank pulley there. But I got this thing wildly out of alignment, because I'm sure it already was. And then I made the mistake of thinking, what could it hurt to just loosen the primary mounts for this front accessory drive bracket? And so took me forever to get all that lined back up. I don't think these will last very long, because I doubt this system is as in alignment as it needs to be. But I guess we'll find out here momentarily. Got to get this bracketry all put back together up here, and guess I can put my little under tray back on and start this thing up and see just how quickly these things disintegrate. So we've got our EFI fuse put back in, battery reconnected. Theoretically, she'll still start, and maybe we won't have a really bad clinky clattering noise down there, or maybe everything's wildly out of alignment and it's gonna sound even worse. So far, so good. Much smoother, much smoother. So that's cool. And at the moment, our check engine light has not returned. The car is going to have to relearn and test all of its systems. But hopefully, with no diagnostic skill at all, that O2 sensor will be the fix. Guess we'll get back under there, put our skid plate back under, and get this thing down on the ground, and, well, the low fuel light's on. Maybe we'll go get some gasoline.